The Ark of the Light Covenant is a sacred agreement for the passage of time, for the cycles of time into darkness and returning into light as an oscillation of the creative fields into higher evolutions and potentials. The covenant with the collective soul of humanity has come to a time when it returns and is restored into the collective embrace of all creational realms. As you ascend into your higher light body, you will notice that you are tethered to your own thoughts and emotions that remain locked into density. You may feel captive to these vibrational limitations and discordant patterns. Only a higher frequency can assist to release you from the imprisonment you have created as a golden cage. When you reach out to the higher realms, we hear you and we respond. Ask and it is given. You are a powerful creator that can call for your own freedom and release. Know that you too are chained to the collective fields known to you as ancestral. As each soul participates in creation in separation patterns, they touch and expand all others in the collective field. These fields of distortion grow larger. The patterns are deeper and more entrenched into the reality, and they are carried from generation to generation, linking and growing yet stronger. It is not an easy task to unchain yourself from these collective morphic fields of your joint creation. Remember, you are the ancestry as you have spiraled in this configuration through eternity. The task for the awakened daughters is to free herself from these ancient fields of collective wounding. You came in a feminine vessel in this spiral, and so you choose to work out the feminine side of the distortion patterns for the collective. Those who choose to rise again into the divine feminine frequency of the Christ Sophia are the way showers, the sacred power warrioresses that are clearing the highways of light so that others may follow. You are woven into the fabric of creation, beloveds. You could not separate yourself. It is not possible. And so too are you woven into the chain of collective suffering from the illusions you have created in the dense realms of separation. You are connected to each soul that has fragmented the tapestry of light, and you have affected all others as you too have participated in this broken form of creation. There is no judgment for this in the eternal realms. It is what is. It is a way to experience yourself. But now you are called to correct your course. Where you have missed the mark, try again. Take responsibility for what you have miswoven that has rippled out into the cosmos. There is no act, thought, or emotion that is not felt in the eternal webs of light. And the law of one will always deliver the response of the circle, so you can also feel what you have set forth into the grids of interconnected life. This response is what you may call suffering. This is what happens to you when you believe you are a victim of what is happening or of what others are doing to you, of the pain that life appears to have delivered upon you. But see now that you are the creator of your experience on all levels. You have set forth ships of causal actions in many spirals of the time-space creational fabric, and they always return to you as cardinal waves of the same frequency. It could not be otherwise. Now is the time to dissolve what is no longer serving the higher creational principles. The principles of geometrical light that weave fractal harmony, peace, and oceanic love into the weave of creation. Stand and take responsibility to release yourself, to untether yourself, to lose yourself from what you have created to ensnare you is delusional thought and actions. Be free. It is time to be free. There are no victims in the high realms of light. This is the game of density, a game you now graduate and ascend beyond. We begin with the deepest fear you have carried within feminine vessels for ages of your known history. This fear has squeezed your atomic structure into rhythms that are not in harmony. This fear spreads through your cells and waves into your thoughts and emotional patterning in unconscious streams of misaction. This is the feminine fear of abandonment. You have experienced deep pain and suffering in these vessels of feminine polarity. The feminine magnetic side of creation has been suppressed and made to be invisible and weak for much of your time. You call this a season of patriarchy on your planet, when the feminine was made to be less than and used for her creative life force. She became enslaved and her life was no longer in her own control. Your soul was fragmented in many lifetimes as your feminine spirit was crushed and dominated. You began to change, to morph from your powerful, spirited, wild feminine nature into something different, something falsely tame and subservient. Your survival became primary in this environment of fear and control, and you were made to submit to it. Your ancestors also held this contraction of life force, and they passed it on to you in this body form you hold today.
Yananako yashaloku yanai Ananako aluku yanai Andelako yanai ayoi Yeshoko oshte ya.
And now we release the bondage of the threads of the fears of abandonment. Abandonment is the illusion of separation itself, that you could be put apart or torn asunder from all that is, from your community, from those that you love, from protection. This is a deep separation from source that plays out in the dense realms as abandonment by another. And for the feminine, for the feminine energies, this was enacted by her beloved, her spouse, or her family in so many ways. And she was made to conform, to be what she was not, so that she could avoid this exile, this punishment, this banishment of being rejected from her tribe of origin. And from this fear, so many other distortions in the feminine energy arose. As she clawed and clung and began to manipulate so that she could have some small sense of the control of her being, which had been stripped from her. As she became property, she had to adapt into strategies in order to remain in any sense of stability in this dense, difficult realm. And she endured so much. The feminine vessel endured so much from this limitation of her essence, and she became what she was not. This is a foundation of the feminine, wounding the subconscious fear to be abandoned. And so she found ways to be needed. If she had a beautiful vessel, she used her sexual energy to be wanted, and became caught in the distortion that she was her body. And when her body was no longer in a perfect state, she became valueless. If she did not come into her vessel with beauty in the feminine form, then she found a way to be useful, to caretake for others, and to forget and to submerge her own needs and thoughts and feelings into the ocean, forgetting the feminine learned she must adopt strategies of manipulation, passive aggressive subversion, or she submitted as she felt powerless to what was before her. But the anger of this grew and grew as a rottenness inside of her, and she wanted revenge on her captors. And now this great dark cloud of distortion, born of the fear of abandonment and exile and rejection, fear of death if the feminine was not protected by others, as she could not protect herself in this time space energetic. The lack of choice, and the feeling of complete enslavement of the soul, mind, body, and spirit. Two small roles. Small cycles of life, where she could not be herself. She could not express her truth. She could not reveal her magic. And her womb of creation was held captive. Open to release these ancient tethers to your soul, divine woman, for they are no longer relevant. And all of the distortion that you continue to play out in your life, believing that each masculine is not as he seems, and holding deep in your unconscious the idea that if you do not perform in a certain way that is pleasing, that you will be abandoned. Dressing and adorning yourself in ways that do not match what your soul frequency of feminine light would choose. And bending to the will of others, leaking your energy and giving yourself as a sacrifice to all those around you is not the way of balanced life or feminine power. In this space, your vessels are broken, ripped, and cracked, and cannot hold the life force, cannot hold and contain the Sophia light, so that you become the emanation of life force itself, unending, abundant, flowing river of magnetic feminine force, Shakaya. And so a sense of scarcity envelops your being, and you believe there is not enough, and you do not deserve, and you are not worthy to receive or be seen or be valued as you are. I shalanoe. And now we dissolve these distorted collective fields from your light body and cellular memory. And know that as they are cleansed, you may experience a revival or an awareness that they are there as they come into the light. And we wash away. We wash away in the sacred waters. Aishayalo, Aishayalahoe, Aishayalaho, Aishayaloe. Flowing as the rivers from the eternal thrones of creation, the abundant rivers of creation flowing to cleanse. The Magdalene force flows. Haya na 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 shtoya na ikorea. The kaya hai noela kaya ya stoya anana na kuya na ya kaya na noya na haya na ya na kuya ana ya na ya karoe ana ya noesh hanoya. La kalagata doya la dia shari kalokoya ya stoya la nania shara doi pukata kalakaya dekada kashata kola kata kashala kada doi he koya la kaya stoi hena la kaya doi shikala nana koya ya la yakoto ya bisha Isha. The second seal is given as you are released, divine daughter of light. Ayasha. Ayasha. Your light is revealed to all of creation. You are restored. I am the Sophia light wisdom. Ashakaya nanoki.